Hello everyone, it's Miss Davenport. I'm sure you've been waiting to find out what happens next in the Karate Mouse book. So I'm here to bring you the next part. Chapter 13, the Kokoro. The stands that surrounded the tatami were packed. I don't think I've ever seen so many rodents in one place, not even at the Bruce Ratstain concert my sister Thea dragged me to last year. The place was buzzing with excitement. Athletes from all over the world filled the tatami. Everybody was warming up. As I looked around in awe, Shorty Tao came up beside me. Instinctively, I stepped away from her. I wasn't about to risk another pinch. "Relax, Geronimo," she squeaked reassuringly. "I can tell you're really nervous." "That's normal. Everyone gets nervous before their first tournament." "Of course I'm nervous," I cried. "I'm afraid I'll get hurt." Shorty looked at me closely. There was a shrewd expression on her snout. "Geronimo, is that the only thing really bothering you?" Actually, now that she mentioned it, there was something else. I hadn't thought about it too much because, well, I was afraid to think about it. But I was absolutely terrified of failing. I didn't want to disappoint Shorty, Bruce, Sensei Yamanous, and the entire team. Everyone was counting on me, and I felt the enormous weight of this responsibility. Failing my teammates was, without a doubt, my biggest fear. That and the possibility that I'd have to have reconstructive surgery when I got back home. "You're right, Shorty," I admitted. "There is something else. I'm afraid I'll be a huge disappointment to all of you." Shorty smiled and gave me a hug. "Geronimo, it's natural to have butterflies in your stomach. This is your first competition, and it's a world championship. But you've got to relax. Try to control your emotions. Visualize the meet, the tatami, the lights, the public, and what you'll feel when you meet your opponents. Then, when it's your turn, there won't be any surprises." I looked at her. I was lucky to have such a good friend by my side. Her advice was excellent. "And Geronimo, this is the most important thing." Shorty paused. "Remember to fight with your heart. The Kokoro, as the Japanese say." "Kokoro?" I repeated. What a beautiful word. "If you do fight with your heart and with truth and courage, everything will go smoothly," Shorty continued. "The secret is to always do your best. That's the only way you can meet every difficulty with confidence. There's an old Japanese saying I think about before every match. Karate is not about winning, it's about not losing." "Thank you, Shorty," I said, giving her a big hug. I already felt a lot better. Her words had given me courage. First, I would try to visualize the competition. Then I would concentrate on my heart, my Kokoro. Chapter 14. Geronimo Stilton, get ready. It was time for the opening ceremony. All the athletes paraded into the stadium, waving their country's flags. The mice in the stands applauded them. Then it was time for the competition to begin. The loudspeaker blasted, "Geronimo Stilton, get ready on the tatami." Shorty Tao squeezed my paw. "I know you're ready for this, Geronimo. Remember to concentrate on your Kokoro, your heart." I gave her paw a squeeze, then approached the tatami. But just as I was about to step out, my paw got stuck between the mats. "Second call for Geronimo Stilton," the loudspeaker blared. "Oh no!" I tried yanking my paw out. I pulled it every which way, but my paw just wouldn't move. It was as if I were caught in a mousetrap. Ouch! "Come on, Geronimo," I heard Shorty yell. "You'll be eliminated after the third call." I pulled and pushed and heaved as hard as I could, but nothing happened. I couldn't get unstuck. "Geronimo Stilton, this is your third and final call," the loudspeaker boomed. I was near tears. Was it possible I would lose the championship because of a trapped paw? Just when I was about to give up, pop! My paw popped out of the mat. I scurried over to the tatami as quickly as I could. Chapter 15. Go, Cheesehead, go! I stepped into the tatami. Immediately, a tomb-like silence fell over the stadium. Every eye was on me. Geronimo Stilton, a mouse who had known nothing about karate just 1 week ago. I tried not to let it get to me. On the opposite side of the tatami, my opponent stepped out. It was Masushi Champrat. He was a very tough-looking mouse. A wave of nausea crashed over me. I could feel my fur turning green. Then I thought of Shorty Tao's words. The secret is to always do your best. The silence was mounting. It was a very, very, very tense moment. Then, woohoo! Startled, I looked up at the stands. Bruce was standing in the front row, blasting on a plastic trumpet. "You can do it, Cheesehead," he shouted. "Show 'em what you're made of," he waved, a big banner in the air. "Go, Cheesehead, go!" I was mortified. But I wasn't surprised. Things like this happen when you have a friend like Bruce. The referee scampered over to me. "Excuse me, are you Geronimo Stilton or Cheesehead?" Our roster shows this match is between Masushi Champrat and Geronimo Stilton. "My name is Stilton, Geronimo Stilton," I said with as much confidence as I could. "I am ready." The referee walked away. He looked unconvinced. He whispered something to the judges. They all turned to look at me suspiciously. I tried to put that out of my mind. At last, it was time for my first match. Chapter 16. Hi-ya! The crowd began clapping their paws and stamping the ground. They made so much noise, it seemed as if the arena would collapse. Masushi, Champrat, and I began studying each other as we did our bow. We were each trying to figure out what kind of opponent the other was. Then Champrat began a rapid combination of attacks. Fist, kick, kick. It looked like a massive wall of muscles coming right at me. I had no plan of counterattack, only to flight. I began to race around the tatami, determined not to let Champrat catch up. Run, run, run! Champrat started to get annoyed. I swear I saw smoke come out of his nostrils. He looked angrier than a cat with a back kiss of fleas. Champrat tried to hit me with another combination of attacks. Sidekick, fist, but I was too fast for him. Champrat was big, tall, and covered with muscles, but he was a lot slower than I was. I suddenly remembered my new secret move. It was time to use it. I began concentrating really hard. Then I started running even faster than before. As I picked up speed, I leaped into the air and made a powerful jumping front reverse roundhouse kick. This was an ancient and extremely secret move Sensei Yamanou's had taught me. As I kicked, I yelled, "Hi-ya!" Suddenly, there was an explosion of blinding flashes. I lost my balance and did a backward somersault. I landed on Champrat, knocking him over. There was a moment of silence. Then the crowd began to applaud like crazy. I stumbled to my paws and began to massage my tail. Moldy mozzarella, that hurt. But Champrat was KO'd, that is, knocked out. I scurried over to help him. "Champrat, are you okay? Did I hurt you?" "I'm so sorry, I didn't do it on purpose. The flashes made me lose my balance." Champrat just looked up at me and said, You're amazing. I've never seen such a move. I'm honored to have lost to an athlete of such caliber and experience." The loudspeaker announced, "Geronimo Stilton is the winner of the World Championship." Wait, what? What did they mean? World Championship? Shorty Tal and Sensei Yamanou's ran toward me with open arms. "Geronimo, you won! You're phenomenal," Shorty squeaked. "Did I really win?" I asked incredulously. "Didn't you hear the announcement earlier?" Shorty asked. The Peruvian backed out because of a pulled muscle. The Italian dislocated a knee, and the Chinese athlete slipped in the locker room, hit his head, and lost his memory. Poor thing, he couldn't remember a single karate move. So you and Champrat were the only ones in your event left, and you beat him. I was in shock. I hugged Shorty. The crowd kept on cheering. Bruce was frantically waving in the bleachers. I waved back. I couldn't believe it. I was the world champion.